Hi, this is Dana, and on this channel I speak about spiritual warfare. This is the third video in a row which I make on the same topic. This is only because God is showing me new issues to discuss immediately after I finish the video. But probably also that's okay because I could not make such a big video because it doesn't upload properly. So this is the third video, and God guided me to talk about two issues in this video, also related to this type of attack. Um, One is the soul contract. Sometimes, not always, but sometimes, this type of attack, which is aiming to change your identity and to alter your DNA, comes together with a soul contract. So they do a soul contract on you. This makes the attack even more painful, if that can be possible. It makes it even worse because always attacks on soul level are painful. And this I experienced in that surprise attack in 2018 June, actually. And as I said, for me it was very new. So it took me time gradually, first of all, to grasp the situation, to cope with it, to find ways to deal with it, and then to start understanding exactly what is going on, right? So I will be honest, as I said, that I left my house and I didn't stay in the house for some months until actually I started managing, energetically speaking, the situation. So I could actually control energy to some extent, my energy. And in all this time, I went to many places to ask advice, particularly churches that I knew that were famous for spiritual fighting and so on and so forth. Some priests which I used to know from different churches and so on and so forth. So I went to get advice basically, and as I told you, I was not going to gym because Jesus told me this is not good for you to be in big crowds at this particular time. Ideally, of course, it was to stay at home like God said. But for me, psychologically speaking, it was not possible to stay at home because I couldn't understand what is going on. And I didn't know what to do. So for this reason, Jesus said, okay, fine. If you don't want to stay here, then you go. I will come with you and I will guide you what to do to sort of have like a damage control. So he guided me what to do to have less of an impact. So one thing was to avoid crowds, obviously. So I didn't go to gym, but I walked a lot all day long. I would walk because I could feel, I mean, since I feel energy, I could feel what was working and what wasn't working. I went to many churches, I prayed a lot, and I walked. So I could feel that if I stay in one place, then all the darkness was increasing, and it was even more difficult to manage it. So while I was moving around and stuff, I would push out the energy, the dark energy, and so on and so forth. And that was actually later on when I understood the process, that was the exact time because, as God said, you need to gain authority in front of the dark forces associated to this kind of attack. Okay? Now, those few months in which I didn't come home, or I came only sporadically to feed my dog, but I didn't stay, basically was the time when I gained authority. It was the exact time necessary for me to gain authority in front of all those forces which were attached to that attack, right? So once I crossed that threshold, already I started controlling my energy better. I also got more self-confident, as soon as I could control my energy. So I started looking at things differently and I started analyzing what is going on, how I can deal with it. I was also exhausted, so I needed to come home and to rest. And so, but the point is, as I went to many churches, many priests would, first of all, many of them were terrified. They would see, then they would know, they knew what kind of attack is being carried out and by whom. They actually would say to me, they said to me for the first time, pray to God for your soul, because they've done something to take your soul, basically. But they were terrified. I said, okay, you do a prayer for me then. And they wouldn't. Many of them would just refuse. They said, no, because this is, one of them actually said, because Satan will take revenge on me if I do this. I was mesmerized. I couldn't imagine that a priest would say such a thing. But this is your job. What do you mean Satan will take revenge on you? What do you mean? Anyhow, there were many disappointments in this situation regarding church and how they actually sought to give advice and to deal with this. But moving on, the point is that there are soul contracts which are associated with this kind of attacks. And this is really, really painful, because you actually literally feel like some kind of force which is kind of reaching inside of you to take your soul. Literally, you feel this, especially if you feel energy. Now, it depends from person to person. If you don't feel energy, probably you don't feel this either. But you would feel sick, that's a fact. And so this is very, very dangerous. And one of the ways in which you deal with this, of course, is a very close connection to the divine realm. So you keep praying. And you continue praying, and you must control your belief, because you have to believe in the help that you receive from divine realm, and so on and so forth. And one thing that I learned that helps, actually I learned later on after I returned home, and once I already started my spiritual journey. But now the point is, in this kind of attacks, it helps you. Now, I'm not quite sure. This is very important issue, and you have to make sure that you understand exactly what I'm saying. It's because it's on cellular level, and because it's that steel implant which is created is within your energetic body. Okay, so it's essentially, normally, let's say this, normally in astral, you have your energy body, you have your light body, you have your energy body, and you have your aura. Your aura is like, how you say this in English, is like a shield between you and the exterior world. Everybody else, meaning all other energies, right? Now, when they implant this, they do this implant on you, they do this inside of your energy body. So it's like you don't have an aura anymore. Anyone who passes by, they can send that darkness, and it basically overwhelms you. You literally, is like you have no energetic protection at all, So one of the feelings is that, for example, for me, it was that my skin and my flesh was hurting me. So if somebody was looking at me, I would feel that energy directly, because it was like I had no aura. Because they do this implant in your energy body, in your astral body, which means that all the impulses which they send to you do not interfere with your aura to protect you. Your aura is supposed to protect you, yeah? They don't interfere with your aura, because it's implanted in your energy body, in your astral body. Do you see what I mean? This is increasing 1,000 times the force of the attack. You literally, like you wouldn't have no aura to protect yourself energetically, And for this reason, this is really painful. For this, what I usually did, I would always, during this time, I would always wear like, how to say this, sort of like, I don't know how to say this in English, like a very long coat. You know, the raincoat that you usually wear. It wasn't for rain, the one that I was using, but it's something very long that covers you completely, basically, all around everything. It covers you completely because that's like a shield, so the energy around you doesn't touch directly on your skin, or on your flesh. But I am telling you because I went through this attack more times, and every time is the same. You need to cover yourself because essentially is like you have no defense in front of all the energy which is around you. So it's very painful. It becomes very painful. Yeah. So this is one thing, that you have to cover yourself, and you have to be aware of this. And this happens because literally God showed to me how it works. Literally, this energetic implant, is created to eat away your cells. And this is how it feels. It feels like something is eating your cells. So you can feel this on your skin, on your epiderma. You can feel it, essentially how it happens. But it's an overall status of sickness. You don't feel good. You feel sick. But you're not sick. You have this energetic implant. That's what it is. As soon as you get rid of it, then you will see that you're very healthy. You have no problem. You just have to recover your energy and your level of strength and so on. For the soul contracts, for this reason, because you experience these symptoms, for the soul contracts, what God has taught me much later, when I actually returned home and I started working with God on how to control energy and how to work with my energy and so on. What helps is that if I don't know how to explain this actually. I only had my dog Lucky around me, right? So what helps, I have noticed, is if I hug my dog. For example, but you can hug easily another individual. I didn't have any other individual to hug, so I hugged my dog, of course, because it's a soul energy that you need. You understand? And connecting from soul to soul, for me with my dog in this case, or if you have somebody else that you can do this exercise with, then that already helps you. And I have tested this throughout my spiritual journey. When I encountered this attack more times, I experienced it and I tested it, and indeed this is tremendously helping in trying. Basically what happens is that now you have to know my dog has very pure energy. Now don't go hugging dark people because you're gonna get more darkness. It's not gonna help you. So it's very important who you hug. But the fact of the matter, what God has shown to me, is something that I mentioned in a video before, namely that if two beings of light come together and they unite their energetic fields, then both of them are stronger. So the field of light energy increases, and both of them can connect to that light energy. Do you understand? Which is more powerful than if you're all by yourself. Again, I have done this with my dog, and I am very fortunate because my dog is very pure and he has a great energy. Actually, he's a golden retriever. He's the #1 dog recommended for therapies everywhere in the world. So obviously it was a perfect choice. and he's very close to me, so he loves me very much. I love him very much. So we have a very good connection, soul connection. Therefore, the healing was great. And I actually helped my dog this way as well when they did this kind of attack on him, you know. So you do sort of the same energy work like you do in mystic prayer. So you connect with the other from soul level. Go back to the mystic prayer meditation video and check on that, and you use that explanation on how to work with the energy in order to heal this kind of attack on soul level. Yeah. But again, I emphasize, make sure who you hug. I would recommend actually to get a dog instead of hugging other people who you don't know what kind of emotions they harbor and what kind of darkness they have. I worked with my dog. I recommend for others to do the same, because at any time a dog, it's a higher level loyalty and love and purity than compared to an individual. This is my belief. Now you do whatever you want. This is how you deal with soul level contracts. When this kind of now there are many soul level attacks, you must know. Not all of them are as strong as this one. This one is empowered by this this implant, which is inserted in your energy body, and the fact that it's inserted in your energy body, that changes everything. That changes everything, because this is and also I explained already in the previous video, by inserting it in the place where I explained, basically it affects a lot of functions in your body, in spiritual terms, your pineal gland, the lobe of self-perception and self-confidence, and so on and so forth. You can look it up on Google and you will see that they are all there. Because I studied, I explained to you that I'm an analytical person. So I studied to understand, when God showed me this is what they implanted, this is where they implanted. I checked up to see, why, how come all these effects in my body all of the sudden. And I learned all of this in researching the topic. So these are the two issues actually which were critical for me in this period of time, which I'm referring to. The soul contracts, this attack coupled with the soul contract is very powerful. I must tell you, before I learned how to do this, how to heal this, before I learned all the details on how to heal this, they succeeded to kill, I explained this, they succeeded to kill one of my dogs. As I was driving to cross the border, when I left for my spiritual journey, they did these attacks on us a number of times until I left the country. And both my dogs and myself were in the car, and we were suffering tremendously, because it was really painful for all of us. And one of my dogs didn't make it, actually. Literally died during these attacks. Lucky and me, we survived and we crossed the border. So we succeeded to leave. But this is also when I actually studied a little bit more how to deal with this and how it works. I did study it before, but it didn't. I didn't find all the answers necessary. So God showed me when actually I lost that dog. God showed me how it happened, and I learned how to deal with the soul contracts. Yeah. So I'm gonna stop now, because somebody is coming always at my gate to annoy my dogs. So I hope I touched on the topics which God guided me already, that they're very important. These were the two ones that I remember. The one with God showed me after I finished the previous video, you didn't talk about the soul contracts, which are really important. These are really, really important, simply because they're very painful. And also, please keep in mind what I said before. Once you lose your soul, this can be done. This is not something that you imagine. You can lose your soul. Okay, this can be done. if you just disregard it and allow to happen whatever. If you lose your soul, you lose your connection with the divine realm, because this is how you connect with the divine realm, through your soul. If you lose your soul, then you have a big problem. It's not like you will never recover it. God will work with you and help you to recover your soul or to receive another soul, but it's going to be a very hard work of repentance in order to do that. You must know this. This is why I would advise to actually just fight for yourself and for your soul. Don't just say whatever, I will pick up another soul. That's not what I mean here. But you must know that there are chances for you to gain a soul again. However, it's very hard, and you must learn to keep and preserve your soul, to fight for your soul. Yeah. And again, if you experience this kind of attack, as I said before, also you have to notice also, this is all I said today was about energy, right? But also you must notice when, because usually they do this attack during sleep time. So you wake up with a huge headache, and you don't know where it comes from, you know? You have to also notice, maybe you don't notice energetically. Maybe not everybody knows how to work with energy, or is sensitive to observe energy. You can gain your sensitivity once you start working and cleaning your energy. But you can also notice this type of attack when you see a very sudden transformation in your reality, a very transformed behavior, something that you wouldn't do normally. Because this is the goal they have, to change your identity, to change who you are. So if you notice yourself doing something which is not you, then you must start investigating. Also, God is showing to me, and this is fair, I should say this, when you go through this kind of attack, the divine realm knows. You don't know what is going on, but the divine realm knows what is going on. So you don't get punished by God for this kind of attack done on you. So if you start all of a sudden saying things which don't represent you, God knows if you do this because this kind of implant was done on you. So he's not going to punish you for that. But you will have to notice at some point that something is wrong and change that, because otherwise they gain power over you and they transform you in whatever they want. So again, the divine realm will be patient with you and will know that it's not your fault when this happened. And whatever happens afterwards, this is something that God is showing me to say, whatever happens afterwards as a result of this kind of implant, God will not punish you for it. Whatever comes that is foreseen in this implant, of course, God will make sure to give you choices and to show you what is going on. So, but whatever is created by the implant is not considered to be your fault, as long as you don't go kill people and stuff like this. I don't know what to say anymore, because these people will take advantage and will switch my words. So the idea is that the divine realm, first of all, knows what is going on, and they will try to help you. But you must be, this is why I said in another video, you must be a very good observer of what is going on in your energy, because when this kind of implant takes place, you need to clean it. You cannot allow it to live within you, because it will change everything in your energy field. This is one thing. And so you have to fight for it. So I think I wanted to say something else, but somehow, yeah. And another thing is that it feels like there is huge darkness engulfing you when you go through this, especially with the soul contract. Like there's huge darkness suffocating you, like you don't have air to breathe, you know, constantly. But I said in another video, I was really panicked, and I was in that period when I was not coming home, when I was sleeping in my car, and I was really panicked, you know, when there are situations in which I felt like there's too much darkness too much darkness. And this was very unfortunate for me, because normally I see darkness. So I see the face of darkness. Yeah, it's not that I only feel it, I also see it, And I will tell you this, God has shown to me during these attacks, which were very often in that period, God shown to me that this is like a kidnapping type of attack. Okay, so has shown to me that I was surrounded by a circle of dark forces everywhere, so I couldn't get through. There was a circle around me and I couldn't get through. There were a lot of dark forces, and God has shown to me, but behind them we made a circle of light. They have nowhere to go as well. We are fighting from out to come in to you. You fight to come out to us, and we will transmute this darkness which is separating you from us. Do you understand what I'm saying? So this is the picture God showed me, because all of this darkness was precluding me to hear divine guidance during the attack. So at some point I got really desperate during one of these attacks, and because I was feeling so sick and I didn't know what to do anymore. And God has shown to me this picture that we are here. You cannot see us because the darkness surrounded you, but don't you worry, we surrounded them as well. So around me there was a circle of darkness, and around the circle of darkness there was a circle of light, of the divine realm coming to help me in this. Okay, so no, I'm telling you this just so you will know that they are there. The divine realm is there. You just need to find let me tell you something. You just need to find a way to get to them through the darkness. And sometimes, if you just don't know how to get to them, I swear to you that it's enough just to stay, just to how to say this, just to withstand the darkness, like God says, So sometimes I would just say, I don't care how much it takes, and I don't care what mistakes I make. I will get to God one day. You don't get to be with me. This is period. And I didn't know how to fight, but there was just times when I would just basically get to the end of my patience with this. And I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what to do anymore. And it was so really painful, energetically speaking. And I would basically just not surrender, but I would just say, I don't care. I don't care. I will run. I said this in a video. If I can run, I will walk. If I can walk, I will crawl. I will still get to God. You still don't get me. Period. There's nothing you can do, even if I die. And actually, they will put these thoughts in your mind about dying, about suicide, about that. And I actually would say to them, if I die, this will be very bad for you because I get to God. You have no idea. You should thank God that I am in human embodiment and human incarnation, because you have no idea what I will do to you once I get back home to God. Just wait until I get there. So sometimes if you cannot really fight because it's too overwhelming, it's enough if you just withstand and wait for God to come to you. Even this defeats darkness. If you just basically God says a passive resistance, in which you don't necessarily engage in fighting, but you just sit idle and you stand in your belief that you will be rescued by God. Yeah. So either way, it doesn't matter. If you don't know what to do, still, even doing that and praying in your mind, still that helps you in these circumstances. These are extreme circumstances, and this is one of the most painful attacks that I know. So I hope you will not encounter it, or if you encounter it, I hope that my videos will help you. And if you are going through it right now, and you have any questions, don't hesitate to comment and ask me, because I will be happy to give you any kind of answer. Maybe there are issues which don't come to my mind right now. But I'll stop here because it's already 30 minutes. I truly, truly hope that this is going to help individuals. And I hope that you will find your way back to God.